the purpose of these, y'all, and we've not done one here at MCHD as long as I've been there, and I don't know if it's longer than that. We've had clinical excellence awards, and this was something that was really close to Dr. Dixon's heart. There's no real clear definition. It's one of those things that you know when you see. And as you know, the FROs in the county have taken more medical responsibility, taken more of the medical care on of our patients. When I assumed the medical director role, a year and a half ago, I realized that, the clinical excellence for our crews on the EMS side, sometimes when our fire department partners did a bang-up job like this case, it wouldn't look like clinical excellence for EMS because everything was already done. We've got another one this afternoon. The patient was in cardiac arrest and given thumbs up before the medic crew got there. So I realized real quick, we need to separate these out because sometimes it's all of us working together, but sometimes, like in this case, the EMS crew did a great job, but they would have had a very different call to run had the Woodlands crew not acted as quickly as they did. We were just in the quality meeting talking about how quickly we should expect our fire crews to get an EKG. And we're talking about plus or minus 5 minutes. And so this call that we're going to talk about today was a patient, and I'm not going to give away too much, but this was a young patient. He was in his 30s. We're called for shortness of breath, and the patient was clearly in distress and extremis, really just based on the call notes, based on the caller. Our initial vital signs, the SATs were in the 70s. The respiratory rate was off the chart. And so I want to give you guys just a brief rundown, and it's brief and it's quick, of what was done. We had oxygen on in a minute. We had albuterol in 2 minutes. We had intramuscular epinephrine in 2 minutes, and we had an I-gel at minute 4. We could talk for another 30 minutes, but oxygen 1, albuterol 2, epinephrine 2, I-gel 4. This patient was, again, in his 30s, SATs in the 70s, respiratory rate probably approaching that as well. If that action hadn't been as quick as it was, the medic crew would have been working a cardiac arrest. Instead, they arrived to a patient who was improving. SATs were in the 90s. The patient was intubated really without any complication and was discharged from the hospital. So when we think about what matters in what we do, a lot of times our calls aren't time sensitive. And, we fall back on, compassion and kindness and care for our community. And that's really important because a lot of our calls aren't time sensitive, but sometimes the call comes when literally seconds matter.